All right, besides the Superman things and the Creature Commandos and plethora of other things that James Gunn decided to tell us at the New York Comic Con panel, we got some information on Supergirl that I thought, it deserves a little video on its own. So let's just kind of get into it because I am real excited about the information that he gave us. And I think a lot of you who have been a little skeptical on what Supergirl is going to be, I think you're all going to be a little excited when you hear what James Gunn has to say. So let's get into it. Let's get into it.
A little update on Supergirl. We have a director. We have a Supergirl, obviously.
Yes.
What can you tease about the story we're going to see for Supergirl on the big screen?
Well, Anna and Craig, the writer and the director, have been doing a fantastic job of spearheading this. We start shooting in England in January.
I want to point out real quick here, Anna and Craig, the director, spearheading this. So many people love to sit there and try and say that everything that is going to happen at DC and DCU and DC Studios is going to be all James Gunn. I don't want to watch it because it's all James Gunn. No, guys, he's allowing these creatives to spearhead. He's allowing these creatives to put their mark on things. And he gets into it even a bit more here as we go through this video. But specifically, he immediately points out the fact that, hey, Anna and Craig are spearheading. The director and the writer are spearheading this film.
I just saw, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I just saw the screen test for Ruthie.
I'm curious at who he was looking at there, though. Is Peter Safran over on the side like, should I mention it? Who cares? Dude, you're the head of the studio. You can mention whatever you want. You're the one that you have to answer to. I just think it's kind of funny.
With Millie Alcock. Who's playing Supergirl.
Which is great that we now have confirmation that Ruthie will be in the film. Of course, we don't have confirmation of who the actress is, but we got confirmation that Ruthie is in the movie.
Oh, my God, I'm so excited. And, and that's another project that's just been blessed from the beginning. Anna came in and she pitched the story to me of Supergirl, and it was just one of the best pitches I'd ever heard. And she immediately wrote it. She came in with the first draft. That was great. And it's just gotten better and better. And then Craig has been incredibly easy to work with.
Again, I want to point this out. Anna came in with the idea. She pitched the idea. She wrote the script. And then she rewrote and rewrote and rewrote and got better and got better and got better. As you see, he is allowing, as the studio head, he is allowing these creatives to put their mark on these characters, on these heroes, on these stories, as a studio head is supposed to do. But he's also allowing them to get these stories right. He's giving them the opportunity to get them as right and as perfect as possible. He has to do that. And this story is growing, and it has gotten better each pass at the script. Sure, he's there to help guide them, and I'm sure he has to be there to help guide them because, look, he has to get story from point A to point B to point C to point D, all the way down to where it ultimately has to go. Everything has to fit in this overall universe. But he's allowing these writers and directors to play.
And I can't wait for that one to come out. It's very much based on Tom King's comic, Woman of Tomorrow.
Which I think we all expected and knew,
there are, of
which
course,
is
differences
awesome.
because it's a 3-act structure, so it's a little bit different in the structure of which kind of goes through various stories. But it has all those major characters, the major themes. Supergirl's a mess.
Again, more confirmation of what this story is going to be, how this story is going to play, how it's going to act, which is great to see. Now we have an idea of where we can go take a look and see, okay, we've already known it's going to be kind of a play on Woman of Tomorrow, but now we know a lot of the major players, major characters are going to be in this film. We're going to understand that the story is probably going to play like this, but it's going to be slightly different because, again, it has to be a 3-act structure, beginning, middle, and end, because that's how movies work. When you take a look at comics, they don't necessarily have a 3-act structure because typically they run for multiple issues for multiple months and sometimes years, and you kind of have to have a flow with those stories. So yeah, they're going to have to condense it, change things up, and make things work a different way. But it's nice to see we're getting confirmation, more information on where this Supergirl movie is headed and how it's going to be going.
and it's something I can't wait for people to see. I think it's a completely different, unique take on a superhero.
Fantastic. Look, again, more when you take this type of information, you take what James Gunn is saying and understand that what they're trying to do with the DCU, it's not just taking these characters from the page and just throwing them up on the screen. No, they're trying to handle them with care. They're trying to say, okay, how can we take this character and put them on screen with care, but also honor where they've come from? We don't want to do the same old that we've done in the past. We don't want to do exactly what they've done from the page, but we also want to, honor what they've done. We want to change it up slightly and, do something interesting and different, but also honor what they've done on the page and give the fans the character that they've grown up with and learned to love throughout the years. That's what's exciting. That's what they're doing with the DCU. We talked about it, and we have been talking about it with Superman for weeks and months here. We've talked about it with the ideas and the thoughts and what we think they could do with Batman and the Lanterns and everything like that. Now we're starting to hear about it with Supergirl. And it's great. It's exciting. It's fun. This is the type of stuff that we've been wanting to hear, and this is why I keep saying James Gunn needs to get on panels. He needs to get in front of the crowd and take questions like this and start talking about the projects like this, as opposed to just sitting on social media and answering questions on social media and giving one-word responses, because this is the type of information that we need to hear. This is the type of information that we want to hear, not the, of course Batman isn't this, of course Batman isn't that, because this is the information that needs to be heard. This information here, because this is what gets us excited. This is what's going to push us into next year as we get excited for Summer of Superman and Superman in July. This is what's going to push us to Lanterns and to Peacemaker and to everything else. This stuff, understanding what they're doing, understanding why they're doing. That's what's exciting. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Again, we're going to talk more about New York Comic Con, DCU, their panel with Creature Commandos, as well as some other information that has come out regarding the DCU this week on Slav's Free Talk podcast on Monday, and quite possibly the Watchtower later this week. So make sure you hit that like button, hit subscribe, and with all that said, I'll catch you all later.